we are back again looking at the crypto market. XRP ledgers, what we are interested in. XRP is the asset, what we like to know about. XRP is repeating a historical pattern after 5 years. So if you have been waiting this long as an XRP holder, this is going to be interesting for you. As you learn through the price action, it does give you the idea that something important is happening. Now, this actually roots from this tweet. And if you actually go back looking at the price action, yes, it is true. Then you look at the general narrative of the market, then you look at the news cycle, then you look at how the team is building value around it. And it kind of shows you, yes, it's not only Ripple, it's the entire crypto market which is slowly starting to explode. Especially the payments area of this is getting a lot of attention. If you look for the H bar and how things are evolving, you are watching things getting more and more interesting. Bitcoin, guys are talking about a run up in Bitcoin, a 100% run up in Bitcoin. Now, it actually becomes really important for us to understand what's happening in the market. Is it all just hype or is it reality? We are watching assets doing a 100% month. We are watching assets doing a 250% month, 100% week. So can we actually spot this before they actually pop? Yeah, it's actually possible to do that. Before the breakout, we shared this thought process for Merit Circle. And what happened? The price actually bursted through. You're somewhere here. So yeah, from here, you don't have the 300%. It was for those who take the breakout call, right? And you look at QTC. And once you understand the fact that it's breaking higher, now we are looking for a great entry. Okay, there is a possible drop and then a bounce. Great. Now, if you actually look at it, you're watching the price dropped 45%. It went up 200%. So the market does show you opportunities. Then you actually enter into the exchange looking for opportunities. You want to see which are the top gainers. And you want to see where the market is removing money from. That's the top losers. 2. Then you're looking for the hot coins where the volume is heavy. Because if they show a reversal signal, that is going to take your attention towards an asset where there's a lot of volume involved and a possible breakout coming. That's where you make a lot of money. But it doesn't always happen every now and then. So your holding period is more. But what you're watching in the crypto market right now is not a bearish phase. You're watching something starting to pop. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family. With the normal retail guys, learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, if you are enjoying the news, the narrative, and the price action, please do smash that like button. Now, if you actually take a look at all these news, narrative, and how the market is actually giving information out there, first thing we have to ask ourselves is like, okay, is there a lot of hype or is it a lot of truth? Because we literally have to go look at what's happening in the market and what's the opinion. Because the opinion cycle may vary. Some can be hype, ultra hype, and some can be, as we've been watching recently, people are hyping a lot of old news, especially for XRP. And if you go back in these old channels, we have actually discussed all of those in detail 2 years back, 3 years back. A lot of new channels, they're trying to take the old news and make it new because there is a lot of new interest in the market. New money is coming into the market. Where do we stand in terms of the price action? This dollar on a macro. It shows there is a possible retracement coming. We may go up to 109, 110. That means you need to get higher volume in Bitcoin. If not, we may see a slowdown. Because dollar is gaining in value. So in order for you to get more price action to the upside, you need even higher momentum. If not, you will be slow one or you may correct back down. So we are interested in looking at XRP. If you actually zoom in on XRP, this is what you're actually watching. There is no doubt. Yeah, we actually saw a wick. We got the continuation bounce. We hit the moving average. We got slowed down. Now, when it went back down, it took more time to reach there. And it's showing a bounce with an inverted hammer, which is showing you towards the bullish side of things. Now, yeah, that's on a daily. Then you actually go on a weekly. So on a weekly chart, the price action does show you that, okay, things are actually evolving pretty quickly. And it's interesting because if you actually watch people running on to the safe haven assets, now you can actually put the argument saying like, people are running for the safe haven assets. So most likely you're not actually watching these high risk assets moving higher, right? Crypto is high risk. There is no doubt in it. But keep this in mind that we are breaking higher in a high risk asset class. We are watching a lot of these assets popping. Now, 100% a month, 100% a week is not small. It's a big deal as the market is starting to pop. So if you actually take a look at how things are evolving, say you go on a safe haven asset, gold is considered as a safe haven asset. Look at this. I mean, you had a trend line which we were going to the upside. Now you're breaking that and you retested that and you're getting rejected. So as soon as you break through this range here, now that's a drop. Now, is it a big drop and a big corrective action? No. If you look at the macro cycle, yes, it's true that you are in a reaccumulation phase. You may actually come down to 1690 range and bounce back off. That's one of the reasons why in our one-on-one session, when people ask me, should I take some profit from silver? Should I take some profit from gold at this range? I was like, yeah, we actually got a negative sign. We may correct back lower. And I saw people taking money out from the safe havens. Now it's actually down from that range already and it's showing some momentum to the downside, which for us in crypto right now means that safe haven asset is not where the money is flowing. Money is moving out of that safe haven assets. That's where you need to look for, okay, I understand that money is moving out of that market. Where is that going? And that's when you actually come into the crypto market. You're watching assets running higher. You're watching some of them popping, meaning the volume is actually increasing substantially. If you've been following that asset for a couple of weeks, you already know what was the volume a week back. What's the volume right now? So that gives you an advantage to see, okay, there's a lot of money coming in. So that means a breakout here can push the price much higher. So keep your eyes focused on the volume, then the pattern for sure. The macro pattern, if it's showing you a breakout, don't go against it. It's always going in that direction. That's one of the primary reasons why I say, look at XRP. On a weekly, it shows you there is a reversal signal. There is a bigger possibility we may go higher. And then you actually go on a higher time frame for that structure, which is a monthly. And that gives you the idea that we are above that zone where you should be bullish, not negative. That's one of the primary reasons why when the money is moving out of the safe haven assets, let it be gold, let it be silver, it's all waiting at this territory. If it breaks, okay, you're watching that coming back down. Now, yes, you do have multiple support, so you will see small bounce as we drop, retesting this phase. But for us, those who are already involved here in the crypto market, the risk on assets, it's actually bullish. Now, that's where I'm actually leading you towards. The way I understand the market, the way I have learned from the market, I'm like, okay, we all understand the fact that there's a lot of risk involved. We are at this trend line. We would really like to see the price action bouncing off from here. So zoom in. As of now, what do you think is happening? I'll say what I personally think and what I see in the chart, or at least what the chart suggests me from the market price action. But think about this. The price action is showing you that it came lower, it dropped for sure, and one candle tried going up, going down, but end of the day, sellers won. Bears actually held strongly. Now, the second day weekly candle ends up bullish, where your upside, the wick, has been longer. The lower one has been smaller, which actually suggests me, okay, we may actually end up going towards $31,000, $32,000 in the nearby time frame. And that is happening around or close to a trend line support. So for me, that's like, okay, things are actually heating up. We are finding a lot of bulls coming in. Now, yeah, we don't all remember this for sure. We need to look at what's the odds. And I usually tag you this, right? This is showing you 80% probability, Whereas this one, which we had initially, the last week, that was like 70% probability. So the probability that bulls are taking over is slowly increasing. Now, yes, at the same time, you do have to keep in mind that the price action was showing you some level of divergence. So it was actually slowing down a little bit. The price action went up a bit, but the RSI slowed down. So it did show you the level of divergence involved here is not small. So you need to see a breakout, which is clear. But what we are watching at this point onwards is which direction are we actually going to break? Are we going to break to the downside? Are we going to break to the upside? Because if we do break this to the upside, keep this in mind, with this level of divergence playing out and that pattern, which in itself is actually bearish, if we break to the upside, that's erasing or liquidating massive bearish positions, because that position, the pattern itself is bearish. Great. Pricing wedge actually break to the downside. But there are times in history where we have seen these patterns breaking to the upside and going nuts, right? That means bulls for some reason doubled down. But yes, as of now, it's not confirmed. We're waiting at this trend line. We're waiting for a bounce. And even if we bounce, if we are going up to 32,200 and getting slowed down in this area, we're still inside the pattern. We don't have a direction yet. Now that's on a weekly when you're looking for maybe next 1 month or 2 month scenario. But then you actually go on a monthly and you want to actually see what it looks like. Really, it does matter, because when you're actually looking at the monthly, you're looking at the moving average, suggesting, okay, the moving average is below the price. That means the price is above it, or it's above a massive support. You had a short wick to the downside that was like a fake out, which was followed by an engulfing candle to the upside. So bulls came back in strong. So when we compare gold, that's like money is going out of that market. When we look at crypto, it's the opposite. Money is entering this market. One is at the all-time highs. It's sky high. This is where it is. Another is at the bottom, starting the movement to the upside. So this kind of gives you a clear picture to understand, okay, this is something big. The price action is clearly showing you the direction is to the upside. And if you want to join the party, make sure you understand different assets have different ROI structures. See, you enter this market, you want to actually see, yeah, we agree on the perspective that some of these assets are doing 50, 70, 100% a week or a month, so on. See, you go on the return rates here and look at these coins which have performed well in last 30 days. Some of them are already done 200, 250%. Some of them are already up 140%. Look at our call for especially say DNX. When did we give the call? Now, in a week, it's 26% down. So in between, it had a rally. People took profits. That's a different story. But if you're looking to get positioned well, now you're looking at the macro trend and a micro correction to end buying the dip. So that's where you need to know where opportunities lie. That's where you kind of get that edge in the market. Say, even if you wait for 2 months, if you're in the wrong coin, even if you wait for a year, if you're in the wrong coin, there is no benefit. So once you understand what's the outlook of one particular asset, say, let's actually dive into one of the most talked about asset here in the ecosystem, which is a payments asset, XDC. So when you actually take a look at this asset, you understand that, okay, that actually went up. On a short-term narrative, this had the breakout, it went up. So once the price runs up like this and you get a divergence where your price action is moving to the upside, whereas your RSI is trending to the downside, which means we are watching a correction starting. And basically, if you knew this divergence, at this point, you're already taking your profits. Now, say you are a long-term bull in this asset. You are accumulating. You don't actually care about this short-term fluctuation. Why? Because you are going to look at the macro direction, and the macro direction just suggests you like, I'm hell of a crazy guy right now. Yes, the price action can slow down. Yes, it can move down because you just had a rally. So the price action may come back down to 0.5, 0.05, close to say 0.045, 0.05 range. That's healthy correction before you actually take the next leg to the upside. So you do have a lot of different assets in the market which is breaking through the accumulation range and giving you the idea that, Baba, look at this. I don't care what you think, I don't care what you see, but I'm moving to the upside. And if we all understand the fact that these kind of patterns happen again and again and again and then break through in history, let it be in this asset, let it be in another asset, history rhymes. Say, I remember, watching similar pattern playing out in an asset and giving you guys my call, right? And that was back in 2021. So it was here. And a lot of people who were with me from that time already know we did that. And look at how the price went up. I mean, that's nuts, right? It went up like 120%. So it did show you the pattern which we are talking. It bursted through. So if you are positioned well enough, that's great. Now, if you are not, now you are looking for a buy the dip opportunity, not to chase the green candles. Even if you're chasing green candles, and if you have a lot of patience, it's okay. If not, you will end up in a corrective phase. It broke higher, great, but it may literally come back down, consolidate here, and then go up. So in this phase, if you really don't know what this asset is doing, now you're confused, you move out. That's where I'm like, okay, guys, I'm trying my level best to look through assets and give you guys my thought process, what I'm looking through. Now, some of these have already started moving higher. Some of them, I'm giving you my idea, my thought process, so that you guys don't end up losing. I learned it the hard way in the Forex market, in the crypto market, trading like 6-7 years back. That was hard. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do. And if you are looking for that kind of updates, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, if you received value, please do smash that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.